Robbie, Jacob, and Clark, thank you very much for the kind invitation to participate with you here today. I just want to correct the record. I'm not the head of the Homeland Security Department. I'm just on the faculty there. Vincent Henry, a very, some of you might know, a very well-known member of the New York City Police Department, now heads up that department and does a great job. There was a young man who was about to graduate high school and was contemplating his future. He played varsity football, but he wasn't a great athlete. He wasn't a particularly good student. He was just average. And he was trying to think about what he wanted to do with his life. So, like many in his position, he joined the Army, became a medic, enjoyed his service in the Army, and when he was discharged, he decided that he was going to continue in some type of public service. And he moved back to New York, and he took the first uniform test that was available, the court officer's examination for New York State, passed it, and became a New York State court officer. And on September 11th, 2001, that court officer was stationed 3 blocks away from the World Trade Center, and his unit received a call for assistance in the evacuation of the World Trade Center. And that young man went there with a number of court officers, and he was one of 3 court officers that perished that day. That site will forever be his burial site. His remains were not found, only his sidearm and his shield. And that young man was my nephew, Tommy Juergens. So I have a personal interest in Homeland Security. As a commissioner of the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, I was the vice chair of the Security Committee, and as you all know, the Port Authority's assets were and still remain prime terrorist targets. After 9/11, I decided in order to serve as a vice chairman of the Security Committee, there was a lot more that I didn't know than what I did know. So that's when I went to Long Island University and got my certificate in Homeland Security Management, which is a 15-credit course. And then I was invited to join their faculty. So I've been involved in the issues that present themselves to our nation, and particularly in this region. And I do want to supplement and amplify the mayor's comments with respect to the fact that we live in a free society, and there are certain things that we expect, and there are things that we are going to be able to do, and there are things that we're not going to be able to do if we want to live in a free society and we want to have commerce run efficiently. So we have to take a layered approach to Homeland Security. So it's important that we harden our assets, that we use technology, that we have the law enforcement and military personnel that are necessary, and most importantly, that we have the intelligence capabilities with respect to gathering information and analyzing that information and disseminating that information between federal, state, and local agencies, that we're going to be able to stop terrorist attacks. These are my comments, my opinions, not that of Long Island University, but I am extremely disappointed in 2 recent events. One is the investigation of intelligence officers who were doing their job. They did it at the direction of their superiors, and they did it with Justice Department approval. And I see no reason. I think it's a waste of time, it's a waste of money. I think it has a chilling effect on our intelligence gathering agencies to get information, to make decisions in the field, to investigate those officers who were acting at the time legally. I don't think we should go back and revisit that. So that's one of the things that I think is a mistake in current Homeland Security policy. The other thing is, I don't think we can go back to the days of treating terrorism as a law enforcement problem. This is a war. We have to treat it as a war. And I would like to see us more in the direction of being more vigilant with respect to the things that we need to do to stop terrorist attacks before they occur, rather than treating it after the fact as a law enforcement problem. And lastly, I want to thank each and every one of you that are here today that are involved in the struggle. This is extremely important. All of our families fly on the airlines. All of our families use the Lincoln Tunnel, the Holland Tunnel, the George Washington Bridge, the subways, and it's incredibly important the work that you do. So I want to commend each and every one of you and congratulate you for what you're doing and ask you to continue your good work. Thanks so much.
Thank you.